What is up, you guys? My phone actually cut off. My phone ran out of batteries. No, not batteries. Sorry, my phone ran out of memory while it was recording, and like for some reason there's no like notification of that. So I went through the whole deck and explained every card, but it only got like a third of it. So luckily I noticed when I was on Jane, which was like the last card in the deck. So I still haven't gone through the extra deck. So yeah, let's go through the extra deck. Why not? Then when I actually do the whole deck again, I won't feel like I'm like repeating myself. So here's the MVP of the extra deck. His name is Beals, King of Dark Dragons, or of the Diabolic Dragons. But can't be destroyed, period. Like I guess I was gonna say it has a little more synergy with the deck than normal because of Red Eye's Darkness Metal. You have so many dragons in the deck, it's so easy to bring out Red Eyes. Plus you can search them with Eclipse Wyvern. But if they get rid of Beals, they're either gonna bounce it back to the extra deck, or they're gonna banish it. So if he gets banished, then that's why I run 2 Beals. Because normally they have one out. One Shark Knight, one Big Eye, one that's pretty much the only stuff you would see in the meta. Like technically there's Compulse and Deep Prison, but if you're playing competitively you won't really see those cards. Like most, I guess it does have a lot of synergy because a lot of people run Breakthrough Skill. You can Breakthrough Skill Beals, attack over him, he would end up engraved. Then Red Eyes Darkness Metal will bring Beazle back. Speaking of Red Eyes Darkness Metal, another, like there are so many dragons in this extra deck that it's crazy. Like basically Red Eyes can bring back so much stuff. Even Michael Lightsworn Lord is a dragon, and he can banish 1 card per turn. He's not out yet. I actually have a proxy for him, but that card's a dragon. Stardust Spark is a dragon. Black Rose is a dragon, even though it won't get its effect. It's still 2400 beater. Star Eater. Actually, you cannot summon Star Eater like that. My bad, but he's a dragon. Beazle, Stardust Spark. And if that's not enough for you, then whatever, man. Alright, so Beazle is so good. I'm just going to keep him over here. Next is, I guess, Blackfeather Dark Rage Dragon. I just pulled this from Premium Gold box. Premium Gold Series box. And he's good because if you take damage while he's on the field, he gains 400 life points, and I thought, well, and most importantly, you mill the top 5 cards of your deck, which is like in crazy 5. Like JD mills 4, Raiden mills 4, Kree Bandit mills 5 too, but he's not as good as JD and Raiden. It's also it's a dark dragon, and can be brought back, like I said, with Red Eyes. And like the thing about this card, the first time I read it, I thought that you like had to attack like a 3000 attacker that they had, and that it would gain 400 life points, win the battle, and mill 5. But like this is for like if you have this and then you can like safely summon Lumina. because they probably will attack over Lumina because Lumina is dangerous. Because she can like summon once per turn. But even when they do, you take like 1,000 damage. Probably you would take probably max 1,700 because otherwise they would take over this guy. And you take damage, but you mill 5, which sets you up to do a lot of stuff. Like milling 5, they like honestly they should probably not attack over the Lumina before they can like pop Black Feather somehow. Actually, I think if you attack over Black Feather, then he doesn't get its effect because he's no longer on the field. So yeah, so it's basically protection, and you can crash your cards into their monsters and like mill your entire deck. Like you can summon Wyver Burster and Collapse Serpent, crash them into one of their monsters, mill 10 cards. You add another copy of Collapse Serpent and Wyver Burster when they go to the graveyard anyways. So you use no cards for that. You have 12 more cards in your graveyard. So you're like, you're gonna win now. That's game over. So that is a good card. Better than I first thought. Next up, let's see. Let's start with Leo. Let's talk about Leo, the Keeper of the Sacred Tree. This card is so good. This card can be a win condition, and you can make it so easily. One Minerva and one Minerva, one Dragon Ruler, Effect Veiler. I thought I was playing Spellbook for a second. I was gonna say World of Prophecy and Effect Veiler. But like Raikou, one of the level 1 tuners. You end up making this guy a lot. He's level 10, so you can combine like 3 monsters, and like Raikou, level 7, like so many level 7s in the deck, and one of the level 1 tuners. But Leo is the best level 10 there has ever been or ever will be. And I wish Trishula was still legal so that you could cover like all the bases in this deck. So I better move to Japan and get OCG rules. But then I could also actually get Raiden, and I should move to Japan, guys. So this will be my last video. I don't know why I would stop doing videos. But Leo is a huge problem. That 100 attack makes him so much more deadly because most cards cap off at 3,000 except for Star Eater or another Leo. I'm chewing gum during this video. I probably shouldn't. I'm gonna spit it out. Shit, my cards. Leo's crazy. Can't be targeted, and it's like can't be targeted except during your opponent's main phase too. Like I guess you could Raigeki break this card. That's about it. Like, cause you can't activate most effects on your opponent's turn, and like you can skip your main phase too. You can say battle phase done. So. Amazing card. Moving on. We got what we got. Oh, you know this is what we got. That was so stupid. I'm gonna edit that out. Alright, next up. Crimson Blader. Crimson Blader wins games. I feel like I'm saying this a lot about a lot of cards in the deck. There are like a lot of win conditions in this deck. Like Crimson Blader is such a good stun that it can be a win condition, especially in this deck. Because normally you hit them with a surprise Crimson Blader. They usually don't think Lightsworn can make like level 8s that easily, like especially if they don't know you're playing you Crimson Blader first turn. Next turn, they either set a monster and they continue to not be able to special summon, or they don't summon anything and you OTK them. Because honestly, normally you don't get out Crimson Blader like first turn or something like that. You do try and wait till you baited out a lot of the possible back row, then hit him with the Crimson Blader. And then by that point, normally you can put enough damage on board to finish them off next turn if they don't summon a monster. And like you just grind them until they don't have any monsters to set. So, woo! Crimson Blader, good card, good little card. Fire for Blaster. So. Then, on the same token, we have a level 8 Colossal Fighter. I mostly just put this in because I pulled it yesterday from Premium Series. Gold. Premium Gold Series, the King of Blink. When Shadow Impulse comes out in 2 days, you'll be able to swap between Colossal Fighter and Crimson Blader. I already said in one of my other videos that like Colossal Fighter can bring back Crimson Blader anyway. And there actually are a lot of warriors in Lightsworn. Garroth, Raiden, Aaron. No, Wolf is a beast warrior. I think Felice is a warrior. No, she's a beast warrior too. That's so stupid. Like the 2 targets for tanky are the ones that you would never want to add to your hands. So I don't even know why they even bothered. That was the worst. Like they would be so much better if like. What if Raiden was a beast warrior? Oh my god, this deck would be good. With 3 tanky. And like Raiden and Lumina, beast warriors. And anyway, so Colossal Fighter's attack will probably be over 3,000. So he could even possibly be a... Oh, but you know what's a really good play? My favorite Colossal Fighter play, actually, is you don't even have to have Colossal Fighter on the field when they fall into this trap. They, mostly you just need them to have a monster with between 2,800 and 3,100 attack. They, like Leo even. Like, let's pretend that they summon Leo. They say, alright, your turn. Then they're like, ha, I'm an asshole. I'm going to chain Maxi to nothing because I'm beating you down right now. I actually don't know what you guys can see on camera. So, like, I think it's probably pretty stupid to just chain Maxi to nothing. Because you can just set back row. But let's say they do that. Or any reason... You know what? Actually, they could Maxi, like, as soon as you summon Illumina or something, but... anyway. They Maxi you. You say, oh, Raiden. Another level 4, like the Clap Serpent or Wyverburst of Special Summon itself. I'm going to make a Colossal Fighter. Then I'm going to go to Battle Phase and attack you 30 times in a row, and you're going to deck out. because it only does, well, I guess in this case it would be 300 life point damage, which would only allow you to do that 26 or 27 times. So I guess it wouldn't really work against Leo, unless, then again, you could have 2 warriors in your graveyard, and you could, and, yeah, and you would have 1 warrior because Raiden, so that'd be only 200 damage, so you can do it 40 times in a row. They're already going to have, 34 cards, max, so that's enough. So, yeah, Colossal Fighter, more interesting card than people give it credit for. Alright. I feel like I've gone over everything. Oh, wait. Here. It's Gachi Gachi Gan Tetsu. for that rare occasion when you draw both Raikou. And to be honest, you should only run one Raikou, if even one Raikou. So don't put Gachi in the extra deck unless you run two Raikou. And then we have Wind Up Zen Mines. For Lumina Zen Mines. It is okay play. I almost never do it. But like I said before, Lightsworn's biggest where they lack is in the Department of Defense, and Zenmaines is a pretty solid defense card. Funnily enough, you can attack it with Aaron and shuffle it back into the deck. But so it's not so good in the mirror match, but Zenmaines is always going to be a solid card. So you're not going to have a lot of room in the extra deck though, so you're probably not going to end up running Zenmaines. For your rank 6s, you have HTS Psymuth. This is called like Neo Bahamut or something in Japan, or what is it, Psychic Bahamut or something. But it's the best rank 6 basically. People are gonna say, oh, Vulcan the Divine is the best rank 6, but you don't have back row in this deck usually. I mean, okay, if you run Phoenix Chains and Vulcan the Divine in this deck, good for you. I like HTS Psymuth, but like Vulcan is good in a deck where you have like more back row that you can reuse. So also this has good synergy with Angel of Zera, because this is also a good defense card once again, because not only is it 2,400 attack, even if they get over it, that monster gets banished, so they have to get over it twice. HTS Psymuth is just a really good card. It can answer a lot of problems. Like banishing is really good. It could answer Beazle. It could answer Lead Yoke. That's usually where this card shines the most, when it just beat down boxes. They're like, oh, my Lead Yokes are indestructible. And I say Chaos Sorcerer, BLS, HGS Psymuth, Michael Lightsworn Arc. Right here. He's a fake one, because he doesn't exist yet. But allow me to do a review for him. Level 7 Synchro. Him and Black Rose are the two Synchros that you run. If Moonflower Dragon ever comes out in TCG, then I'll run that too. That's a good card. Ancient Sacred Wyvern is a decent option for Lightsworns, but Michael is the best one. Except Black Rose, I mean, is better sometimes, but Michael is insanely good, because not only he can banish one card per turn. I usually hit the back row. Like, he's like a mini JD. And he mills 3, which is always good. He's a dragon. He can be brought back by Red Eyes Darkness Metal. He can be banished for food for the E-Dragons. He can be banished for anything. Also, another Lightsworn name in the grave. Like, when you go Lumina, Raiden, Michael, that's 3 Lightsworns. Like, chances are you're going to mill at least one other Lightsworn, or even have like a Lila or a Minerva in hand, or Raikou in hand. Anyway, you're going to get JD so fast with this card, and Raiden and Lumina. And this is just a pure advantage. 2,600 beater, banish 1 card per turn. Banishing is insane. Like, you can banish Grapha, banish... but the fact that it can banish face down back row is crazy. Banish Mirror Force. What's that one? You could... they probably wouldn't set it, but you could, like, banish the Giski ritual card. But this card is really good. I'm so glad that they made it as a Lightsworn player. So, moving on. We have the Ally of Justice Catastor. I honestly recommend running 3 Unknown Synchron, I think. And plus we run the 1 effect Veiler. Arguably 2 Unknown Synchron might be better, but Currently running 3 and 1 Effect Veiler, so there are some situations where Catastor is better than Armides, even though Armides is a better card in general. It murders Boojins. Armides negates a lot of stuff. It's a very good card, but this is like a backup. Like you might make 2 rank 5s. That usually happens when you get a bad hand, but like that's why you have it. Like the situations when you have a good hand, like just win. Like the situations when you have a bad hand, that's why you need Allied Justice and Armides. So yeah, everyone knows what Catastor does. He wins battles automatically. Pretty decent card. So then, the only cards I have left are my proxies. We got Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac, which costs $100, so give me a freaking break for not having a real copy of this card. But this is honestly, it might be the best card in the game. If you have access to it, it's pure advantage. It is indestructible. You can pop up to 5 cards with it, and you usually make it for free basically because of Dragon Rulers. And yeah, just +5. That, like, did you hear me say that? You can go +5 and they cannot stop you. You have Abyss Gaios, you have Skill Drain. He will pop himself and then pop the problem card. Like, you can't stop it because it resolves off the field. You cannot stop Dracosac, and it's just, like, and that's in emergencies. He's just plain amazing. Dracosac, best card in game. So, yeah. Next we have a little card I like to call Star Eater. This card, Raiden plus a title. You can almost, or not title, any of them. You can usually make turn 1 Star Eater. No Mirror Force for them. No Deep Prison for them. No nothing for them. No Maneater Bug. No Raikou. Nothing can stop Star Eater. No Solemn Warning even. No Bottomless Trap Hole. Anything like that. No Black Horn of Heaven. Literally no effect can be activated when Star Eater is summoned, and then when it attacks. And like when you summon Star Eater, like the only action you take during your turn is attack, attack, attack. Like otherwise they have more options to like do stuff, but like why not just like solo Star Eater when you have it anyway? Like that's the lock, that they cannot respond to it and you just beat them down even in 3 turns with the amount of attack that he has. And like you're just grinding every turn they just set a monster. They're going -1, you're going +1. Star Eater is such a good card. It gets over Leo. It gets over everything. Then for the last card, we have the best for last, the Black Rose Dragon. The Black Rose Dragon is the JD effect that you can get off turn 1. You can get off at any time because of Lumina. That's why Lumina is so good. Lumina, summon Felice, or Raiden, Black Rose. Like, and normally you have Stardust Spark at that point. Normally you have Beazle at that point. So your shit's alive and their shit's dead. So, and you like don't run back row, so it's like they lose their back row and their monsters. You usually use nothing if you use the Black Rose correctly, and like murders Fire Fist. JD murders Fire Fist anyway, but like this is like another JD. It's like Exciton. I would run 2 Black Rose if I had 2 Black Rose. But some other cards. Let me at least put the cover on it, I guess. Another card is Lavalval Chain. Even though you don't get the effect for summoning both Wyvern and Collapse Serpent, making Lavalval Chain, since it's not a synchro play, still amazing with Felice. You detach from Evolve Volchain, you're almost always going to go for Felice because you summon a level 4 tuner like Bomb to the field. You can pop one of their monsters and mill 3, or you can make a synchro play twice in a row as long as Evolve Volchain survives, and that's another reason why Necro Gardener is so good. Like sometimes, and Stardust Spark can take care of Evolve Volchain as well. So that's a good card. And last, but certainly not least, I've mentioned this card probably probably like 8 times at least during this video. The Man of the Hour, Stardust Spark Dragon. Cannot be destroyed. Well, no, you select one face-up card that your opponent controls. No, that you control, and it cannot be destroyed once per turn. So you can protect yourself from JD effect. You can protect all your smaller monsters that you want their effects and control rather than their high attack power, like Lumina, like Evolve Volchain, like Lila, like Raikou for Celestia next turn. Yeah, it's like amazing. And you know what you normally end up doing? You draw Violon Prism and you make Stardust Spark. Then you have a 3,500 attacker, indestructible Stardust Spark. Even if they get past it, they have to go so minus to get past it. To get over 3,500, can save itself once per turn. Can even save the Violon Prism once per turn. So that you like it stays at 3,500 and it takes care of everything else. Such a good play to open up Violon Prism. You can go, I usually go Photon Thrasher, Violon Prism, Marilyn Monroe, then Stardust Spark Dragon, or like Violon Prism. Any of the special summon level 4s in the deck, like a Clap Serpent or Wyvern Burster. Again, you're always gonna have those in hand because they're like the gadgets. And there's 6 of them. It's very probable you draw that. So, yeah. That ends it for the extra deck. And I think I'm going to do the rest of the regular deck like another time. I already talked about it, so. Peace, niggas!